It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and the focus is on Patrick Queen. He'll get after you every chance he can get on defense. It's the Steelers and the Ravens, and it comes your way next.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Well, it's official. We reached the halfway point of the regular season. Still a lot of work left to do, though, as we're away in Week 9. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. And we'll get a look at a man who's been around the block quite a few times now in the NFL.
You know what I like, Kate? I like that even though he got burned a couple times last week, had the interceptions, he didn't let that throw him off his game or make him gun-shy to keep pushing the ball down the field. And look what that mindset got him as a result. 3 touchdowns, and much more importantly, a win.
They'll run here on first down. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Pass taken in by Freiermuth. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Third down, 1 yard to go. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Give him 3 on that game. And that's a Steelers first down. Looking to the air here. Metcalf there to bring it in. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
They'll run it for the first time with Jalen Warren. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
That's completed right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26. From the red zone now. The throw is caught. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with first and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No gain for them, and now it'll be second and goal. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers finish up an excellent opening series. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
That one splits the uprights. And the Steelers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. On the return, here comes Justice Hill. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here now are the Ravens on offense to begin their first drive. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
Sure feels like the bye week came at a perfect time for him and his team as well. Right smack dab in the middle of the season, giving everybody some time to rest recharge mentally, and really get yourself energized, Kate, to attack the rest of this regular season, starting with this contest.
Completes this one to Hill. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
He's got Andrews. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
Completed to Flowers. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They've got first down from the 31. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him adding a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still second down.
Offense to the line for second down. They'll run here following the penalty. And they make the tackle at the 28-yard line. Just 1 yard on the carry, though. It's 3rd and 7 now. Here's Jackson to throw. Got his target. It's Hill. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Out of the gun, Henry. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut. Second down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Encroachment defense.
Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage.
Still second down.
All right, here we go. Second down. From the gun, Jackson. He brings it in. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. We're going to have a stoppage here as we look to see that's Rashad Bateman, who was injured on the play. He's being tended to. They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Lamar now from the gun. He's got it. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. But they couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Now the PAT try coming up. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. On the return, here comes Austin. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Steelers and wide receiver DK Metcalf set for another drive. And he's already kicked off this game with a touchdown. Plenty of time to add another as he sits among the league's leaders in receiving touchdowns this season. To throw here on first down. It's caught, Warren. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. 2nd and 3 now. Throwing off the play fake here. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Going to the ground again on first. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a first down.
That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They start with 2nd and 6. From the 48. Roman Wilson reels it in. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Warren here from the gun. And that's good for a gain of 5. Give that tackle to Broderick Washington. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
So many times, the job of that DN is to contain. Keep anything from bouncing outside, but not on this play. He got a draw, he got a chance to crash inside, and he took advantage of that opportunity.
He's got time here, and he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And that one comes down at the 2 before bouncing into the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson are ready to go again on offense. And he's been somebody who can get the scoring done with his legs just as much as his arm. You can see he's top 5 for touchdowns among NFL QBs. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens first down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down, here's Lamar. Bateman hauls it in. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Deshaun Elliott with that tackle.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Pressure coming, it's Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And that pushes them back, third down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Got to figure out this third down here. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Running it after the penalty. And they take him down right along the 30.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes the hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First down throw for Jackson. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
You know what I love about this? Never showing panic. When he leaves the pocket, look at his eyes. They continue to search downfield. They're never looking at the rush. They're finding the open man downfield before running out of real estate.
Complete Derrick Henry. Has some room to work. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take a second quarter lead. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Now we'll see them try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens break that tie and now lead by 7. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Starting from the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. And he's brought down for a loss.
As a play caller, Kate, I would always be a little cautious of a first down draw. I like it better when that defense is anticipating pass. Well, they were only anticipating getting the backfield and making that running back feel the pain.
Simple dive up the middle. And he found some running room for a nice gain. He picks up 8 on the run, and now they're going to have 3rd and 4. Putting the tight end in motion. 3rd down from the gun. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Now looking to throw. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away. That makes it second down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. It's caught Metcalf. And that will not be enough for a first down. The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Catch made by Austin. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first. Shotgun handoff to Warren. And he'll get this forward, and he's stopped at the 37. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. It's the 2-minute warning now from Acrisure. The Steelers in need of some points before the break. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 37. Fryermuth there to bring it in. And he's out of bounds just inside the red zone. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. Picked off by Jaire Alexander. Well, they were thinking at least a field goal on the drive if they couldn't reach the end zone, right? But the interception keeps them from even getting 3 out of this possession.
You really hope at the end of this game you don't look back and go, shoulda, woulda, coulda. If we could have gotten some points out of that drive early, we wouldn't be in the situation we are in now.
The Ravens are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Catch is made down the right sideline. He does it! Touchdown, Baltimore! The Ravens grow their lead just before halftime. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens double their lead to 14. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. This return starts at the 5. He's stopped on the return at the 27. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run. He's on the move. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. New set of downs for him from the 46. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Motioning one of the tight ends. Throwing now on first down. It's Jackson. Into the hands of Likely. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. First down, ball at the 36. Man in motion here. On first down, Jackson. Fits it through the middle. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. From the red zone now. This throw is caught. Pickup of a few as he heads out of bounds. 8 yards to go as they get set on second and goal. Lamar throwing again. He's on the move. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens boat racing them to the halftime locker room. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. His 4th total score of the game. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. This return makes it up to the 25. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And as he accumulates catches this season, Brock, some have stuck out to us more than most, and we had one of them on that last drive as he's reached a significant milestone for himself this year. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. They just get the play off. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. So we've reached the halftime break. It's the Ravens leading so far on the road. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
It was Derrick Henry, as he normally does, making his impact felt in that first half. He had 3 catches in that opening part of the game and wound up with a touchdown reception as well. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. Hill now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Ravens ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive starts with an option, right side. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. That's 8 yards for the gain, and that narrows it to just 5 yards needed on 3rd down. Jackson throwing here. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
The Ravens gonna punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And the Steelers will take over possession. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Wilson's got it. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. He'll look to throw. Pass taken in by Freiermuth. He's got a gain of 6 there. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here's a handoff up the gut. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down. Before the snap, some early movement. Let's see which side gets tagged with a penalty.
Encroachment, defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still 2nd down.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Back-to-back carries here. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Hey, I know the temptation is there. If I'm thinking it in the booth, I know that play caller is too. That could have been a chance to be aggressive. Not the case. Go get the 1st down like they did, and a new set of downs to work with.
Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's taken down at the 30. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's a Steelers 1st down. Oh, looks like the defense got a little too excited there, and that's going to be a penalty.
Encroachment, defense.
So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still 1st down.
Now talk about a golden opportunity at an immediate 1st down following that encroachment flag. Dropping back to throw. Wilson on the slant. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Cut near the goal line. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a 1st and goal. Still sticking with the passing game. He's got it! A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding, offense.
He got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing him. They motion the tight end over. Throwing it again here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. It's 2nd and goal. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. The throw is caught. And he drives this forward to the 6.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Took his shot at 6 that time. And now it's decision time on 4th and goal. Dicker connects there. And it gets a fraction closer as the lead's down to 18.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Hill now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now the Ravens all set for another possession. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. I mean, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Lamar off to play fake. Connects with Bateman. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Here's Henry on the option. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Now Jackson on 3rd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
Awareness. Awareness is so critical of where those defenders are down the field to find that open receiver, but it's just as important, Kate, in the pocket. Having awareness of what's going on around you, the QB didn't, and the defense registers a sack.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. 58 yards on the punt there. And it'll be their football. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. The drive begins with Henry. And he started to get through the lane before it closed. 3 yards there. That stop made by T.J. Watt. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. Darius Slay has it. And the Steelers take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. He got in front of that one for the pick. Looked like that's the receiver it was designed to go to on that play, too.
Yeah, the QB just must have missed the lurky defender in coverage right there. That's where, as a QB, you've got to have the vision to not just see your route, but see those defenders in front of him. If you stare down your receivers in this league, turnovers follow.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
You know, quarterback's going to count on 99 of 100 times completing that short, simple route to a tight end. But even the shortest and simplest of throws will find a drop at some point, too.
Flushed out of the pocket. Now here he goes. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. It's caught right side by Freiermuth. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. So we're through 3 here. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Goal to go. They're passing. He brings it in. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. They're throwing it. Catch is made in close. They'll touch him down a couple of yards away from that marker. Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. He's dropping back to throw. He's got it.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the 1st down.
Facing 4th down, the Steelers opting for the field goal. Chris Boswell out to do the honors. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Returning it from the 4. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Hopkins put in motion left. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. Adds just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
It's complete to Hopkins. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Lamar now from the gun. Gets this one to Andrews. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
Jackson's going to throw again. He fires one deep down the middle. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He was looking for Mark Andrews. So it'll be 2nd down. Play action now with Jackson. Henry on the catch. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Lamar throwing again. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. From the gun, a run for Henry. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
On 1st down, Jackson. He'll get this to Henry. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
This is Henry on 2nd. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him 6 yards on the run, so it's going to be 3rd and 5. Now it's Lamar. And he finds him in the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens making a 3-score game in the 4th. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
That one right down the middle. And the Ravens grow the lead now to 22 points. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. On the return, here comes Austin. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now Pittsburgh's offense running back out for a new series. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you're on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just fling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
Trying again, following the sack. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Looking for a throw here. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Picked off by Jaire Alexander. And the Ravens get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception.
You know, Kate, once you've thrown a couple picks, it's easy to become check down Charlie. Right, just throw it underneath and not take any more risk because you don't want to throw what he just did, his 3rd interception of the game. It's time to protect the football at all costs. And if not, well, that backup better get ready.
This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you can go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
Trying down the middle with Henry. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. Running once more with Henry. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. So we'll take a pause for the injury, and that looks like Derrick Henry, who's in need of some assistance out there. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Play fake, Jackson. Taken in by Likely. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Ravens close to picking up their 5th win. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Another carry for him. And he's got it down into the red zone at the 16. 9 yards to pick up there, and they only need 3 more now on 3rd down. They give it to him again. And that was an incredible effort just to make it back to the line. No gain on the play, and that brings up a tough decision for them on 4th down.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Now a field goal try coming up by the Ravens. This 32 yards out on the right hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And their lead grows further to 25 points.
Yet another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach, because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The Steeler offense set to get back on the field. And he's been the victim of 3 interceptions already in this game, Brock. Passing lanes kind of reminding me of LA traffic. Pretty hazardous throughout this game.
Yeah, just a mess and nowhere to go. And it's an awful place both on the highway, and trust me, when you're in the pocket looking at this defense too, it's miserable. Everything's been contested. Everything's been hard. No gimmies. It's a real testament to the work this secondary has done to prepare for this matchup.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Austin's there to haul it in. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. The Steelers calling their first timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 36. Catch made by Austin. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Throwing from the gun here. That's Metcalf running the slant. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. They are throwing it again. Catch is made down the right sideline. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. So the Ravens will fly home with the win. And they take the first skirmish with their division rivals, with a chance at a sweep awaiting them later in the year in their building. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Ravens are your winners as we say so long from Pittsburgh.